Democratic delegate from the Virgin Islands, Stacey Plaskett, who, like Ocasio-Cortez, serves on the House Oversight Committee. Great to have you with us tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You and I had a little bit of a conversation during the commercial where you offered a little ray of hope. I said, how do you think things are going? Do you think there's some movement on this issue?
Well, I think, one of the things that the Democratic House has done is we've passed already 9 times legislation to reopen the government. We've given $1.5 billion already for border security, and then this last bill that we have now, there's an additional $1.3 billion. And what we're offering on Thursday, there will be a rollout of, is what the negotiation would look like if the government reopens, and were we to sit down with the president and have a discussion about the most efficient way to ensure that our borders are taken care of, whether that's drones, increasing personnel, reinforcement of barriers and walls in areas where we believe it's necessary and the experts tell us so, and other forms of mechanisms to ensure that drugs contraband, as well as individuals illegally coming into this country, can keep those things out.
It seems like we have a binary choice on the Hill right now because the president says he wants the $5.7 billion for the additional wall, and the Democrats are saying until you open the government, we can't even talk about that. So where do we go from there? I memean, the Senate's going to vote on these 2 bills tomorrow.
Correct.
We know the House has voted on several, but if they can't pass the president or have a veto-proof, supermajorities, how do we proceed?
Well, I'm hoping that when the president sees the bill that we are willing to sit down and negotiate over, he'll recognize that, okay, let's continue to keep government going.
So is that a precondition, though? I mean, the negotiations won't start unless the government's open.
The Democrats are still of the position that government needs to reopen, that we cannot concede on utilizing the federal workers as pawns in a game between the House, the Senate, and the White House, that the 2 branches of government cannot continue to keep American workers, federal workers, as the hostage while we continue to have battles over issues or policies. If we give in this one instance, we may have to continue doing that, whether it's the president having to do it or the House or the Senate having to do that. And that cannot be a precedent that America is comfortable with, because in issues of negotiation, let's continue to take the most important thing off the table, and that's the government reopen itself and get back to work. And then let's have a discussion about border security in a smart way, in a prolonged way that is really efficient and is the best use of our finances.
Well, and we just reported before you came on that the president now says he's not going to look for an alternative location, that he's going to hold out to do this on the House floor after the government is reopened. So we'll see if he and the Speaker...
Let's hope that means he wants to reopen the government. Right.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in tonight.
Thanks for having me.